16. That's the exact number of consecutive days an AI just worked on a software project totally nonstop. And we're not talking about a basic autocomplete here. According to verified reports from Developer Tech and Pulse 2, this system didn't just write a few lines of code. It autonomously managed an entire development cycle with practically zero human input. We're looking at the longest documented autonomous AI coding run in history, and honestly, it's going to reshape how we think about what these models can actually do.
Welcome to this TrendGuards Explainer. Today, we're cutting through the noise and breaking down the verified, fact-based reporting on a week that has, frankly, completely upended the artificial intelligence industry. We are zeroing in strictly on the confirmed data behind Alibaba's massive new breakthrough, the simultaneous global regulatory shifts hitting both the US and EU, and a highly controversial data acquisition tactic that is making major headlines right now.
Okay, the sheer scale of what Alibaba just dropped is staggering. As officially reported by Alibaba and the Decoder, Qwen 3.8 Max is a 2.4 trillion parameter sparse mixture of experts model. It is fully multimodal, processing text, images, and video, and it boasts a massive 1 million token context window. But the absolutely crucial facts here are those last 2 points. It is designed specifically for long-horizon autonomous tasks, and it's totally open-weight. That means it is completely free to download and run on your own hardware.
Yeah, let's look at what long horizon actually means in practice. Attributing strictly to data from Developer Tech and Pulse 2 between July 14th and July 30th, 2026, Qwen 3.8 Max operated continuously for about 125 hours. In that time, it racked up 265 commits, handled 151 issues, and submitted 127 pull requests. It successfully wrote 7,600 lines of code, completing over 1,100 actions and executing 33 full deployments. Just incredible volume.
And this massive output wasn't random. It followed a complete, autonomous workflow. According to the official launch report, the AI didn't just sit there and passively wait for prompts. In Step 1, it actively monitored community channels to collect requirement requests. Step 2, it dispatched and prioritized those issues. Step 3, it actually wrote the code. Step 4, it submitted pull requests complete with documentation. And finally, Step 5, it reviewed its own changes and deployed the updates. It was literally operating as an autonomous project manager, not just a coding assistant.
Well, as with all major breakthroughs, we've got to maintain our journalistic accuracy here. This was an internal, curated test conducted by Alibaba. So while it's incredibly impressive, the term autonomous in this specific context included system checkpoints. It definitely does not mean there is absolutely zero human oversight. The scope was explicitly designed to showcase the model's capabilities, but hey, even keeping those caveats in mind, this kind of sustained output is totally unmatched in documented industry testing right now.
You know, a really clear industry divide is starting to form. On one side of the spectrum, we've got state-backed open-weight models like Alibaba's Qwen 3.8 Max at 2.4 trillion parameters and Moonshot AI's Kimi K3 at 2.8 trillion. Both of these are free to download. Then, on the other side, we're looking at closed APIs like GPT 5.6 Ultra, estimated to be in the 1 to 2 trillion parameter range, which cost $30 per 1 million output tokens. The gap between free, massive open-weight models and paid, closed ecosystems, it has literally never been starker.
All right, let's trace the verified timeline over in the United States. Following a June executive order and the July 23rd AI action plan, the government set a strict August 1st deadline for a voluntary model testing framework. And that brings us right to August 4th, where the White House is hosting leadership from OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google. As confirmed by Bloomberg and CNBC, this meeting is explicitly set up to discuss implementing this newly completed framework for reviewing the cybersecurity risks of frontier AI models.
Now contrast that directly with what's happening across the Atlantic. While the US currently relies on a voluntary model testing framework, the European Union has taken a completely different route, transitioning from mere guidelines to strictly enforceable transparency rules and laws under the EU AI Act.
And the details of that enforcement are absolutely critical for any business operating globally right now. As of August 2nd, 2026, the EU AI Act is officially enforceable. Under Article 50's transparency obligations, there is now mandatory disclosure required whenever users interact with an AI system. Chatbots and deepfakes, they must be clearly labeled. And the penalty for non-compliance is massive. Fines reaching up to 15 million euros, or 3% of global turnover, whichever is higher. So yeah, the era of unregulated AI deployment in Europe is officially closed.
Grounding this strictly in verified reporting rather than internet rumors, Yahoo Finance recently published a pretty stark observation. They noted that AI developers are, quote, quietly buying physical books by the millions, slicing them apart, scanning every page into AI training datasets. This physical destruction of media, just to feed digital models, has sparked a massive industry debate.
To really understand the sheer scale of this, let's look at a specific incident reported by Fortune. A Dutch bookseller got a sudden, completely out-of-the-blue request for 3,000 physical copies of a single book. At first, they flagged it as potential spam or phishing, right? But it was later revealed to be a legitimate bulk data acquisition order from an AI company. This little anecdote exposes the aggressive real-world tactics being utilized right now to secure high-quality text data.
So, what does this all mean? Well, the core friction balances two really difficult things. On one hand, you have the legal gray areas of copyright law, where scanning a book you own might be totally legal for personal use, but scanning millions of them to build a commercial product enters uncharted territory. And on the other hand, you have the profound ethical friction of physically destroying cultural artifacts. Books are literally being harvested purely for their data to power commercial AI models. It's an incredibly complex issue that courts and publishers are really just beginning to navigate.
Okay, based on the verified facts we've covered today, here is what you need to take away. If you're a developer, you need to prepare for a world where massive, autonomous, open-weight models are just freely available. If you operate a business in the EU, you absolutely must audit your AI systems for Article 50 transparency compliance right now or risk some massive fines. Security professionals need to prep for the cybersecurity frameworks being hammered out at the White House as we speak. And finally, content creators and publishers must closely monitor the shifting legal landscape of copyright as these aggressive data acquisition tactics continue.
We have covered a staggering amount of verified shifts in just 1 week's time. So I want to leave you with this question to chew on. Which of these developments will have the most lasting impact on the technology industry? Will it be the new reality of 16-day autonomous coding capabilities? The chilling effect of enforceable €15 million global fines? Or the ethical fallout of aggressive physical data acquisition? The landscape is shifting rapidly, and understanding these verified facts is really the only way to navigate it. Thank you so much for joining this explainer, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel grow. See you in the next video.